Poor people work for money. Powerful people make money work for them. But the truly dangerous ones? They play games, and they always win. Niccolò Machiavelli understood something most modern men ignore. Wealth is not about luck, talent, or even hard work. It's about strategy. If you're struggling in London, grinding in New York, hustling in Toronto, or trying to build something from nothing in Sydney, listen carefully. There are 3 psychological games that separate the broke from the powerful. Play them correctly, and poverty becomes almost impossible. Let's begin. Game 1. The game of perception. Control the story, control the money. Machiavelli wrote in The Prince that people judge more by what they see than by what is true. Let that sink in. People don't buy reality. They buy perception. Imagine 2 men in Los Angeles. Daniel is talented, skilled, intelligent, but he dresses average, speaks hesitantly, and undersells himself. Michael is moderately skilled, but he speaks with certainty, dresses sharply, positions himself as an expert. Who gets the higher-paying clients? Michael. Not because he's better, because he controls perception. This is not deception. It is strategic framing. In business, salary negotiations, dating, partnerships, perceived value determines actual value. Psychological insight. Humans use shortcuts. Our brains quickly decide high value or low value. That decision happens before logic even enters the room. If you don't manage your image, someone else will. Practical steps you can apply immediately. Upgrade how you present yourself. Clothing, posture, tone. Speak slower. Certainty equals authority. Stop explaining yourself excessively. Let your achievements be hinted at, not begged for. Powerful men don't chase validation. They project inevitability. This is the first game. Control perception, and money begins to move toward you. Game 2. The game of leverage. Use other people's strength. Poor men trade time for money. Strategic men trade leverage for wealth. Look at Elon Musk. Do you think he personally builds rockets? Writes every line of code? No. He uses leverage, teams, capital, influence. Machiavelli warned rulers never to rely solely on their own strength. The wise leader builds systems that multiply his power. Let's bring this closer to home. James in Manchester works 12 hours a day. No delegation, no systems. Exhausted. Meanwhile, Sarah in New York builds an online brand. She automates, outsources editing, uses tools, builds networks. Guess who escapes the income ceiling first? Leverage beats effort. Psychological insight. Humans fear losing control. That's why many stay small. They try to do everything themselves. But power grows when responsibility spreads strategically. Practical steps. Learn one high-income skill. Build systems around it, automation, outsourcing. Network with people slightly above your current level. Focus on ownership, not hourly labor. Stop asking, how can I work harder? Start asking, how can I multiply this? That single shift separates survival from power. Game 3. The game of scarcity. Be hard to access. Availability kills value. Machiavelli understood that familiarity breeds contempt. The man who is always available becomes invisible. The man who is selectively available becomes desirable. This applies to money more than you think. Consider Olivia running a consulting service in Toronto. At first she said yes to every client. Cheap rates, immediate replies, endless flexibility. She was exhausted, underpaid. Then she changed one rule. Limited spots, higher pricing, clear boundaries, no instant replies. Suddenly, demand increased. Why? Because scarcity signals value, psychological insight. Humans chase what feels limited. We assign higher worth to what is not easily accessible. Practical application. Stop discounting your time. Set boundaries with clients. Raise your standards before raising your income. Don't respond instantly to every request. Scarcity forces respect. Respect attracts money. Desperation repels it. Game 4. The game of emotional detachment. Decide without fear. This is where most men lose. Emotion destroys strategy. Fear of rejection. Fear of risk. Fear of judgment. Machiavelli taught rulers to separate emotion from decision-making, not to be cruel, but to be effective. Imagine you're offered an opportunity in Sydney. It's risky. It could fail. Your emotions scream, what if I lose? Strategic thinking asks, what is the calculated probability? What is the upside? Poor decisions are emotional reactions. Powerful decisions are calculated moves. Psychological insight: the brain seeks safety over growth. It prefers comfort to expansion. If you let fear dictate your financial decisions, you will unconsciously sabotage opportunity. Practical steps: delay emotional responses by 24 hours before major decisions. Write down worst-case scenarios, most are survivable. Make decisions based on data, not mood. Cold thinking builds warm bank accounts. Emotional thinking builds regret. If you're still watching, it means you're not here for comfort. You're here for power. Subscribe if you want more strategy like this. Not surface-level motivation, but real psychological weapons you can apply immediately, because most people will ignore this, and that's exactly why you shouldn't. Machiavelli never promised fairness. He promised effectiveness. The world does not reward effort alone. It rewards strategy. It rewards perception. It rewards leverage. It rewards scarcity. It rewards emotional control. Play these games consistently, and poverty becomes a temporary phase, not a permanent identity. The question is not whether the game exists. The question is whether you're finally ready to play it.